Hey, Pro Football Hall of Famer, Saints alumni, Morten Andersen here with a fantastic special guest, Adam Trautman from Dayton, third-round pick for the Saints, tight end, and he's about to rock and roll in the Big Easy in New Orleans. Adam, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm super, super excited to be a Saint.
Tell me, first of all, I know you're probably tired right now, I would imagine. I was watching it, and it's very special circumstances with the draft being conducted this way with COVID-19 and everything. So tell me about how that whole experience has been and what it was like when you finally got the call, and just take me through that. Where were you?
Yeah, so fortunately, I have nothing to compare this experience to, because obviously this is the only time I get to go through it in my life, which is definitely a good thing, just with all the changes and everything. So fortunately for me, I did get to go to the Senior Bowl and the Combine, and those events were huge for me and really helped me. And then, last night getting the call, that was awesome. 2 picks before the round ended, but obviously the night, and I would have had to wait till obviously noon today to possibly hear my name called. But I actually did not know how many picks they spent until I found out from the media on the media calls afterwards, and I was like, oh wow, really? I didn't know that. So
yeah,
definitely cool.
I think that's awesome, and I'm glad you did get to go to the Combine. I was there as well. I just wanted you to know my 40 time was 4.72. I know yours was 4.8. This is several pounds ago, Adam. I just wanted to throw that in there.
That's fine. I know I was disappointed as well, but I'm sure I had a few.
You got outrun. So you got outrun by a kicker.
Honestly, I don't know how to.
I want you to get too cocky. It's got to.
No, yeah, I appreciate that.
I don't want you to get too cocky.
Thanks for keep you humble. Yeah.
You seem like a pretty together guy. So who exactly called you from the Saints? Was it Sean Payton, or was it Mr. Loomis? Or?
Yeah, it was Mr. Loomis, Coach Payton, Mr. Ireland. Awesome. Honestly, I think there were a couple other people, but I was so just happy and excited that I don't even remember. So yeah, but it was those 3 the main ones that I remember. Yes.
Obviously, your performance on the field is what's going to dictate how long you're going to be in the National Football League. That's just the way it is, right? If I had missed a bunch of kicks, they're going to find somebody else. That's just the way, we all know that. That was no different in college. But now it's real. The NFL is it's a tough, high-performance, show-me-now business. And I'm sure you're going to be expected to play in the third round. They're going to want to play you. It may be on special teams too, Adam, and I would just embrace that. I don't know how much you played special teams in Dayton, but probably not much. But maybe field goal protection.
I didn't play too much because they didn't let me. After my redshirt freshman year, they pretty much were just like, yeah, no, you're not. We're not going to let you play special teams and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly. But I'm more than willing to contribute in obviously any way possible. I don't care. I'm a true team guy, and whatever's best for the team, I'll do. It doesn't matter to me. So obviously I'm more than willing to do anything.
Keeping it real too, there can be a lot of clutter. There can be a lot of clutter in the NFL for a player. You get bombarded from every direction. And that's where, you need clarity. And you need clarity on game day, obviously, but you need clarity every day when you go to bed. Next day, here's my plan, here's what I want to. I don't know if you meditate or if you do any mental rehearsals or training, but visualization, I like that stuff, because it prepares you to be great. It gives you a roadmap, and it allows you to slow everything down. And I'm actually keeping it simple, man, is really important, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm actually big into I don't meditate or anything like that. Maybe it's something I pick up to add to my, tool belt of things, but I love visualization. Like that's before, like night before games and stuff, like just going through the play installs that we added this week, and we know what it's going to work, like what's going to work against what coverage or what front, and just, picturing you do it and you making the play or you making the crease for the block or just like little things like that. And I think that translates entirely to the game and competition and everything.
When I came to the Saints, very shortly after I got there, I had 8-foot goalposts welded. So the regular goalpost is 16 feet 8 inches, but I had 8-footers put up everywhere, and some of them were portable on wheels, so we could move them around because our space was a lot limited back then. We didn't have the facility you have the luxury of having now, so we had a lot smaller space. But what it did was I kicked all week on these 8-foot goalposts. When I got in the game, the freaking things looked huge. You know what I'm saying? Because I was looking at an 8-footer, but then all of a sudden I'm getting 16-8 on Sunday. So it was just a tool, and it also intimidated everybody who came and tried to take my job. They go, where are the real goalposts? My equipment guys would go, Mr. Andersen likes to kick on these. And they would exit stage right pretty quickly. So
definitely an advantage, yeah.
So whatever you can do, I remember I played with Randy Moss up in 2004, played with Randy Moss. He would practice with his eyes closed, catching the ball. So he closed his eyes. He said he could feel the vibrations of the ball. Now, I don't know if this is true, if he peaked, but he was catching balls with his eyes closed. I'm not saying I recommend that, but there's got to be a training method where you can make it tougher. And I'm sure your coach has some great drills. Just make it, make it as tough in practice as possible, so that on Sunday for 3 hours, you can just go out and be free and be an athlete and go ball, I'd say, man, you earn the right. That's why, my earlier statement, you earn the right to play the game at its highest level during the week, and in the manner and the quality of your preparation will dictate, how that Sunday will go for you and ultimately the team. So yeah, I encourage you to make it as tough as possible in practice, And you're you're going to a wild play. You're going to a great city, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be it's an amazing place. It's gonna be hot, the smells and sounds of that place, and you're going to a great organization with a lot of history. I don't know how much you know about the Saints and how the team was built and how much success obviously they've had lately. I'm sure glad that they got you, because I think it's just going to be a great addition in that powerful offense, and I know you're excited about it.
No, yeah, absolutely. I think I can do a lot as a player, and I think I fit the mold of what the traditional Y inline tight end is, and I know that's how that they plan to use me and all of that. And like you mentioned, all the great things about New Orleans and the organization, I couldn't be happier. I think the situation is great for me, and even though I waited 5 hours to hear my name called, I couldn't be happier where I'm going. So excited. Yeah,
that downtown, that waiting can be brutal. I got picked in the 4th round, 3rd pick, back when they had 12 rounds, and I took all day. I didn't get a call till about 5:30 that evening. That was back before cell phones, social media, and all that, back in 1982, before the internet, in the very early days of ESPN with Chris Berman on a little black and white television. So, man, the draft has come a long way, Adam. I know you wanted to be in Vegas, I'm sure, or at least experience that, but I guess this is the next best thing. I mean, what's the first thing you think you're going to be doing once you're able to travel and go to New Orleans? Is there anything you know about it where you say, I absolutely have to go and do this? If not, I got some recommendations for you, Adam.
Well, obviously, I'll definitely take the recommendations. I actually, I grew up in Houston until I was about 12 years old, I think. So obviously it's not New Orleans, but some of it's similar. humid weather and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I'm excited for all the, all the seafood. I love seafood.
Oh, yeah, the seafood.
Amazing. Oh my God. I can't, I used to, we used to go to Galveston, Texas a lot, and their seafood was so good. And I'm sure New Orleans obviously tops that.
I think what's going to happen, what will happen, I know for a fact, is that if you're a player, when you're a player who shows a commitment to the city, not only on the field, but off the field, by living there, by involving yourself, that city is going to embrace you and love you. And doors will open that you won't believe. So if I ask you two things, suck the head and pinch the tail, do you know what that means? Do you know what that refers to?
Crawfish.
You got it, man. So you're already a native New Orleanian. That's right. Crawfish boils, jambalaya, man, gumbo, red beans and rice Mondays, seafood on Fridays, and go have a monsoon once you're on your day off at Portugal down on Esplanade, right on the corner of well, it's not on the corner, but it actually is on the corner, but it's on Esplanade, right between the French Quarter and the Faubourg Marigny. Portugal, great little hangout, good burgers, and get yourself a huma anua or a monsoon, man. It'll set you right.
Wow, yeah, you got it down. My God.
Listen, I was there for 13 years.
Exactly.
I was praying for night games. You know what I'm saying?
I can only imagine.
Hey, before I go, I got to show you one thing.
Yeah.
This was my very first game-winning field goal. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was against the Bears in the Superdome. It was a 41-yarder from the right hash.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And that's me and my holder. That was back in '83. Took me a whole year.
I was going to say, look at that.
So you never know. You got it?
I said I was going to say, look at the helmet.
Oh, it's insane, dude. The helmet is completely illegal right now. You can't even have that.
No,
I'll show you one other one. This was when we beat I'll show you one other one real quick. This was when we beat the Dallas Cowboys on Monday night. It's me running around the Superdome like a nutcase. Let's see. There you go. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. That's awesome.
So remember, man, when you get these moments and you get these big catches that win games and make a difference, man, keep the scrapbook because mom's going to want that stuff. Grandma's going to want that stuff, bro.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They already got everything from college, so there's no reason they're going to stop now.
They're going to give you, hey, man, they're going to give you scrapbooks every year, big, thick ones. Your name was mentioned, Adam.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, let them do it, brother. Let them be part of it, man.
Yeah.
They've earned it too, right? They sacrificed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely.
That's what I'm saying. But it's been fun. You know, I did end up in the Saints Hall of Fame. I want you to see this. I want you to see what you're chasing. Let me get this. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And when you get into the Superdome, there's some names up on the Ring of Honor. So take a look up there and just, imagine and picture yourself there in 20, 30 years after a long and great career with the Saints. Again, Adam, congratulations, brother. I can't wait to meet you. And reach out to me if I can help you with anything, okay?
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.